In the most heavily guarded border zone on Earth, a tree nearly triggered a war. August 18, 1976, two American officers, Captain Arthur Boniface and Lieutenant Mark Barrett, led a work crew into the Korean Demilitarized Zone. Their mission? To trim a tree. The tree stood near the bridge of no return, blocking line of sight between UN checkpoints. But while the Americans were pruning it, North Korean soldiers approached. Within minutes, the scene turned violent. Armed with axes and clubs, the North Koreans attacked, beating both officers to death in broad daylight. Other soldiers barely escaped with their lives. It became known as the Axe Murder Incident, and for the US, this wasn't just provocation, it was war. But instead of a missile strike or a bombing raid, the response would be different. It was called Operation Paul Bunyan. On August 21st, just 3 days later, the US and South Korea returned to the tree. But this time, they didn't come quietly. Two full companies of infantry, helicopters buzzing overhead, special forces with M16s and grenades, South Korean troops in martial arts uniforms armed with axes. Fighter jets circled above, B-52 bombers flew in from Guam, tanks and artillery aimed across the border, all for one tree. The soldiers formed a protective ring around the engineers, and in just 42 minutes, the poplar was gone, cut down chunk by chunk as the North Koreans watched in stunned silence. No shots were fired, no one died, but the message was loud and clear. Don't mistake restraint for weakness. Afterward, North Korea issued a rare statement of regret. The rules at the Joint Security Area were changed. The two sides no longer shared access. Operation Paul Bunyan was a tree-cutting mission, escorted by enough firepower to start World War III, and maybe that's why it didn't.
3 Minutemen tell stories about forgotten, little-known, or obscure historical events in under 3 minutes. Subscribe for more, and thanks for listening. Feel free to drop a like or share, or if there's an event you feel would make a great 3-minute story, comment below.